Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the channel. And a little bit of a different video this time. So we have the 20K subscriber Q&A here, and I left a question in the community tab a couple of weeks ago about this video right here. I wanted you guys to post your questions, and I will answer them. I haven't even looked at any of them except maybe like the first couple. But besides that, I'm going to just wing it here. And I want to do this over NCAA Football 07. I have future plans for this game, and it's more than just this game. It is going to be a world of 07. So it's going to be NCAA Football 07 entangled with Madden 07. So I want both of those to kind of go hand in hand. I'm going to import draft classes. And Madden back then was so deep that it's going to be a lot of fun to do a kind of new world here. I'm going to use some of the old teams, though, when I do a dynasty on this game. And I want to go over some old features. One is are the position drills here. As you see the Oklahoma drill here. And you can do this on both offense and defense. And I believe as the PS2 era games went on, they added more drills. I believe in this game, I think they have like 7 or 8. And then in 11, they have like literally like 16, which is a little bit too many for me. I like kind of simplifying it to like certain drills, and drills like this where you kind of have 7-on-7s a little bit, and that's something that they took away from NCAA. And going from each generation of consoles, they definitely take away features in each game, Madden especially, and NCAA, you see they took away a little bit as well. And one other feature they have, which is the spring game, which I will show in a little bit. That feature, I really like this era, and the computer AI is a lot different, a lot better, and it's a lot smarter. And actually, it's a lot harder to win in these games. If you've been watching, if you're a big fan of like Miles Dawkins, for example, Uncle Sam's Reject just started a Garden State series, and you can just see like as he's playing, he's losing games like 100-something to nothing. And that's how hard this game is. I mean, it's legitly hard. It's not just him. Heisman on this game is so hard. I mean, it's terribly hard. If you have a bad team, you're going to struggle. So I want to just look at the spring game really quick. And this is a pretty cool feature. And this actually happens in each offseason you have in a dynasty. And take a look at this. They even have different plays in these playbooks like this one. There was a wide receiver reverse pass. And that's an interesting play right here. I mean, they took out a lot of that going into the next generation, but that's why this is kind of the golden era of NCAA and Madden to me. And a lot of YouTubers do not play these old NCAA games. And I kind of like to emulate, guys like Miles Dawkins. He does these retro games, for example, like this one. I think he is a big fan of 06. I like 07 because the gameplay is just a little better. I think the AI by the CPU is a little better. And I think that the playbooks they added as well, they have team-specific playbooks. So I think this was the first year that they started doing that. They started just making it so that every team is unique. They didn't just run like a few, like 10 or so types of play styles. Every single team has its own playbook with its own plays. So I kind of like this era of football. So let's just hop into the game.
Hey, football fans, Brad Nessler here with my partners in crime, Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit. Well, we hope you're as excited as we are for this one. And here comes the home team. We have two good teams here, and I'll be honest with you, I really don't know what to expect in this game.
I'm smelling something, and it's an upset.
I really believe that these guys are going to do it.
So it looks like Lee Corso is going with the Whitetails in this one. I'm not sure why it's an upset. So both of these teams I created. Who really needs Team Builder? I mean, in these old games, you can create teams. And I'm not sure if they have a limit or not, but it looks like they don't, to be honest. You can replace as many teams as you want. I'm not sure if anybody's really done that in a series except maybe GG9. He's done that type of customization in his leagues and just replacing everybody. Maybe something I can visit in the future. So let's just get to these questions here, and I'm just going to go down the line. There's about 40-something of these, and hopefully I get through all of them, to be honest. So first one's from Anderson Moore. Who was your favorite player in the St. Louis State series? That's interesting. So I don't really know. To be honest, I like Bryant Britt quite a bit because he kind of came in and I just recruited speed. That was season 2. I recruited speed. So then he started getting in on the left side of the field. I started him on the right side, then I put him on the left side, and then he just started making plays. And that's the kind of thing that you like about NCAA football. It's not always about ratings. Some guys just make better plays than others. And I think Brian Britt is one of those guys. Another guy I really like is Eddie McMack because he isn't really every down defensive player, but he just makes plays when he gets into the game. And honestly, I like guys like that. I like guys that really aren't expected to do much and that just go out there and kill it. On the offensive side, I mean, I got to say, J.J. Hollinson is really, really impressive. And you'll see just in the offseason what kind of offseason he has and what he does in the bowl game as well. It's special. I mean, this kid is going to have an amazing junior year coming up, and I can't wait to see it. He could be on the Heisman list. I wouldn't doubt that he is even in the Heisman running. I mean, he could definitely get there. All right, question number 2, Michael Smith. No questions, but want to say thank you for your channel. A lot of us look forward to the series you do. It's definitely different than others. The team storylines, twists, and turns. I'm sure the 20K, you're grateful. Looking forward to seeing the Q&A. I appreciate it, Michael Smith. I mean, I remember you in the comment section quite a bit, and all you guys. I mean, you guys are very active. I'm really thankful for that. And really, you guys keep this channel going. It makes it more exciting. And building teams is fun when other people are involved. So I want to thank you guys for that. So next question, Magnetic Gaming. Why did you start this channel? Did you ever feel like you would reach this amount of success? Love your content. Go New Orleans Kings. Appreciate it, Magnetic Gaming. I think, it's interesting because, I've always been into video games, obviously, and sports gaming and team building, and I kind of wanted to just have more fun with it, so I just decided to post a couple of videos. And then I really just started watching other YouTubers, and I was like, dang, I might want to start that. I had inspirations like Mr. Hurricane. Chris Smoove is a big inspiration of mine. That's a guy that's not even in the same lane as me. He kind of does NBA 2K, but his videos are so entertaining that, it kind of inspired me to go into this. And honestly, I just started doing it for fun, and then it just picked up from there. I had a series. I forgot which series really made my channel take off. I believe it was the Milwaukee Brewers MLB The Show series. That was the first big series that I had, and then I started moving on to NCAA, and from there I had I believe the Marquette series was a pretty big series of mine. I'm trying to think of the series I did before that. I'm not even sure I did, but I think Marquette was a big one, and from there I just had so much fun with it that I just stuck with it, and honestly like it better than my day job, to be honest. All right, next question from, Jasper Wells had the same exact question, so I'm going to move on from that one. Very Odie 89. What was your favorite series on the channel? Mine was either the Marlins or Coastal Carolina. Congrats on 20K. It's been nice seeing you grow over the years. You deserve it. I see you have some more questions, but I'm just going to answer this one and get to other questions. So my favorite series, I got to say it was the Whitetails because, to be honest, it was so unique on YouTube at the time, and it was the walk-on series, and nobody had done the walk-ons yet. I'm sure there were other YouTubers that did walk-ons, but not to the scale of how I did it. I kind of did it with storylines, and it kind of, blew up a little bit. And from there, I just kind of have that template in mind every time I do an NCAA Football 14 series. Now, you have to do the walk-ons. It's the only way to really give a challenge. Otherwise, you can add restrictions, but sometimes restrictions make the game not as fun. And it's because, you see other teams getting 5-star recruits. Well, then you can't get them. And then you just kind of are stuck. It's not very fun recruiting sometimes when you do that. So I would have to say the Whitetails. It's pretty close between the Whitetails and probably, Coastal Carolina was really, really fun. But I really, really enjoyed the Lions series that I just did on Madden 19. That was really fun. And I didn't even think Madden 19 was a good game, but just seeing how that team kind of grew, and I kind of dove deep into that series, it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of undrafted guys that made it onto our squad and end up being starters. That kind of thing is enjoyable to me. So John J Gaming, when do you want this smoke in NCAA 14? In all seriousness, congrats on reaching 20K. You guys have seen the Team Builder Wars on my channel. I'm going to start to do that more with other YouTubers. That's definitely coming. John J Gaming is one of them. He does a lot with Maximum Football Gaming too, so watch out for that. That game is coming out pretty soon. I'm excited to see what they've done because they've been releasing a ton of features. So shout out to John J Gaming. Okay, casual fan, what did you want to be growing up? What YouTubers do you think deserve more credit besides yourself? And who are your favorite teams in NCAA? Why the name? There's a bunch of them. So I'll go down the line, these first four here. What do I want to be growing up? I have no idea, to be honest. Like, I have an interest in everything, so I didn't really have a specific thing. I really like kids, so I thought I wanted to be a teacher growing up. But, you know, things just change. I don't really know exactly. I never zeroed in on one thing. YouTubers that deserve more credit. Okay, I got a bunch of them. I mean, we are all kind of the NCAA community. We're pretty tight. K Freezy is a big one. I think that he's wildly entertaining. Go check out his channel. Craniac Gaming, he's pretty entertaining. Go check out his channel. Big C, he's pretty good. I mean, I'm going to leave out a whole lot of guys, to be honest. I will, but on the top of my head, I mean, there are a ton of guys, especially in the NCAA community. I mean, just look it up. I mean, just look up NCAA 14 franchise. You'll see a lot of guys that deserve credit, and they upload every single day. Franchise Gaming is one of them. I mean, there's a ton of NCAA YouTubers that deserve a lot of credit and don't really get it. So I would say them, and a lot of those guys put in a ton of work just like me. So go check out some of those guys. I'm really close to a lot of them, so we talk pretty much every day. All right, did you ever think you're going to hit 20K? This is from Quick Yuki. I have no idea. Yuki fan? Quiz Yuki fan. I'm just going to say that. Did you ever think you were going to hit 20K and have such a loyal fan base? I honestly did, because I knew if I worked hard at something, I'm going to get it. So the goal, I don't know what the goal is. I don't really have like a long-term goal. Obviously, I want to be a full-time content creator. That day could come in the future. I don't know, but I know I'm busy in life, and I don't even know if I'll have time to be a full-time content creator, and I'm pretty busy as it is, but it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it a lot. Matthews, memes, and more. Which of your NCAA 14 rebuilds have been your favorite? Yeah, I just went over that. Really, the Whitetails. Marquette was really fun as well. One thing about Marquette is that I had the best player, I think, before the Whitetail series that I've ever had on my channel, in Alex Brown. I plan on bringing him back in some capacity. I don't know when or where, but he was a lot of fun to play with. He was a running back, and he was dynamic. Let's see. Sean Henderson, what's your name? Who's T from T&J? So me and my boy started this channel. My name is John, and one of my boys' name's Troy. We started this channel, T&J, kind of combining the names there, just making it short. And from there, you can actually go back and look at my old videos. He did some of the Titans videos. So if you want to go check out what he did, he was doing a lot of the Titans videos at the time. We had kind of an online franchise with Madden, and that's how we both got started with it. And then from there, I kind of took over the channel pretty much, and it's been kind of that kind of cycle. He still works with me a lot, just with ideas and just talking about stuff, and he's one of my best friends, so we kind of started this channel together. All right, favorite player from any series you have ever done? This is from TMT. Ooh, that is a really good one. And Marlon Yarbrough was so exciting as just a walk-on team player. You just got to think about this. You're a team that is terrible. I mean, absolutely terrible as a walk-on. But then you have this little 5'10" receiver. And honestly, I had no idea when I started that series who was going to be good. And Marlon Yarbrough just took it and ran with it. I mean, that kid was just unstoppable. He was smaller than everybody, but he had a big heart. I mean, he was just amazing. Even versus the best teams, I mean, he was just killing. It was a whole lot of fun doing that series, especially with him. I got to say it's Marlon Yarbrough, no doubt. All right, Justin DiRoberto, how's the kid doing? Doing pretty good. We've been in quarantine, I guess, quote-unquote quarantine, whatever you want to call it now. And me and my wife, we've been working from home, taking care of the baby. It's been a lot of fun just watching her grow. She's 7 months now, almost 8, so time really flies. Appreciate the question. All right, Deathlord660. Hey, man, I want to congratulate you on 20K subscribers. That's an incredible milestone. I look forward to future success. My question would be, what are you going to do when my Raiders sweep y'all this year? So, in full disclosure, I am a Broncos fan. And the reason why I don't do any, of my favorite team series, because I don't want to be biased with how I build my teams. I would do a Broncos series in Madden, but I would, just favor a bunch of Broncos. I would do a Brewer series again, but I'd probably favor a bunch of Brewers. I think the Brewers one was successful before because I was just doing whatever on MLB The Show. Now I kind of have, a good idea of how the game works. So I would kind of, be a little bit of a homer. And then also the Bucks. I want to do an NBA series. I don't know when I'll do it. Look at this pass. Look at the Rivercats striking right there. Touchdown. I did not actually edit this video. I had somebody else edit it, so I don't know the result. But the Rivercats, look at that. Play action fake, throwing deep, rolling out. These deep balls in this game are gorgeous. Look at where that's placed. I mean, that is crazy. Touchdown, and they can showboat on the way to the end zone. But I forgot what the question was. Oh, yeah, the Raiders versus the Broncos. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm a Broncos fan. I'm hoping that Drew Lock is the truth. I mean, he's undefeated as a quarterback. He's pretty good. I have high hopes for him. It's gonna be pretty fun to see him under center for the Broncos. And honestly, we haven't had anybody since Peyton Manning. I thought that Simeon had a chance, Trevor Simeon, but it just seemed like he hit a ceiling and just didn't go up from there. All right, I'm gonna skip to a question that aren't duplicates here. Okay, this is from Devon Cash. I guess my question will be, when you were an athlete in high school, if you were, what sport and what position were you? And also, congrats, you earned it, and keep up the amazing work. So, yeah, I played football pretty much my entire childhood. I got to high school and I played 1 year. I played freshman season and I stopped. But then I played baseball my entire life. I was dedicated. I was on travel ball. I don't. People call it AAU in different places, but we just call it travel ball. I played travel ball my entire life up until I was 20 years old. So I love baseball. It's my passion. I played middle infield for most of my life. I played shortstop pretty much through high school. When I got to college, I switched over to second base towards my senior year in high school, going into college. In college, I actually switched to third base. It was interesting. I did not expect to make that switch, but I switched to third base in college, and I kind of just stopped from there. And I went to a D3 school, so really not going to make it. I wasn't good enough to make it, let's just say that. And it was kind of a rude awakening. When you're in high school, you're always the best player on your team. Then you get to college, it's a different beast, even at D3. All right, so I have no idea what this guy's name is. I'm not going to read it. It's JZ, bunch of letters. Any plans on doing different types of content? I have definitely thought about this. I've definitely thought about doing some playthroughs with some good retro games that are kind of have story modes. Look at this, another deep pass. The Rivercats strike again. Touchdown. 21-17. 79 yards down the field. And there's a flag on the play. One thing I like about 07, but it's kind of annoying to be honest, is that they have excessive celebration. So if you let your guys celebrate a little too long, you'll get flagged for it. That was actually called taunting, excessive celebration. But anyway, back to the question. I have a couple of ideas. I want to do, I don't want to spoil it for the channel. I also don't want to spoil it for, I know some other YouTubers that I talk to that are close, are planning on doing something similar to. So I'm not going to say any games, but just think of 360 PS3 games that have, oh, look at that offsides on that kick. That's funny. But yeah, there's some PS3, Xbox 360, kind of not third-person games, I guess, that have good story modes. They would not be sports, so something like that. It's not Grand Theft Auto either, so I guess let your imagination do what it does. All right, JT the Great One, would you do a face reveal? So I've actually posted pictures of myself. I'm not really hiding my face. I just literally don't do face cam. I'm not hiding or nothing like that. I just don't do it. And here's a throw to left side, picked off by the Rivercats. Touchdown. They are striking hot, 28-17. Another excessive celebration there, but a pick six right there, and the Rivercats showing up on the road here. All right, next question, Jimmy Vaughn. Do you do any other jobs outside of YouTube? Tell us your backstory of what you did and went to before you became a YouTuber. So I'm not a full-time YouTuber, so I actually do this on the side. I dedicate a lot of time to it, though. But I'm actually a software developer in real life, full-time. So, you know, when it's funny because, like, when a lot of these games come out, and a lot of guys say, oh, the devs need to do this, devs need to do this. I kind of laugh at it because people think that being a dev is easy and putting things in the game is easy. It's really not. Like, there is a process to it. And honestly, I don't bash the developers too much when it comes to EA. I know a lot of people want to do another pick six. Touchdown, Rivercats. Another one. Wow. Anyway, going back to EA, I know a lot of people bash Madden and EA. I don't really bash them, but I think that their direction is misguided. I think that they got away from something that was really putting their game above other games, and they kind of went away from it, and it kind of hurt the game because after a while, people liked Mutt. Mutt was huge, but then they just neglected franchise. They could have done both simultaneously. I mean, I don't want to hear budgets as an excuse because I've done software development work on very, very small budgets and came out with something that is better than like bigger corporations that they use. And I don't want that to be an excuse. I just think that management needs to at least create a better direction for the game. I think that's the issue with them. So let's see, Adam Miller, of the NCAA Football 14 Dynasties, which was your favorite? Whitetails. That's an easy one for me. I kind of explained it before, and congrats on 20K. I appreciate it, Adam Miller. He's actually a member on my channel as well. Been there for a while. So Hunter Adams, been here since a few thousand subscribers. I feel like a proud father. That's funny. My question is, what is your plans after YouTube? Or what is your goal you're setting for yourself when you started making videos? So like I said, I don't really have a true goal in mind. I kind of just like to do it because it's entertaining. It's entertaining to me. It's entertaining to you guys. I like it because it gives me a reason to play video games. Sometimes when you play video games, you're just playing and you get bored of it, and that's that. But doing it on YouTube, it definitely is a lot more rewarding. So I kind of like it that way, and you guys keep me going on this as well. Let's see. Who's your favorite NFL player, past or present? So past is Champ Bailey. I'm a Broncos fan, obviously. I'm going to give you another one, though, too, and from the Packers because I do live in Wisconsin. I was a big Donald Driver fan. Like, what he did in the slot especially was special. He was probably one of the most underrated receivers in the league, and he did it across two quarterbacks. He did it with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, and to have that type of longevity, to be able to be productive with two different quarterbacks, it's special. It's really special. I look at a guy like, say, for example, like Wes Welker. Like, he played with Tom Brady for all those years. He went to Peyton Manning and didn't miss a beat. I know those are two Hall of Fame quarterbacks, but even a guy like Donald Driver that went to and played with Aaron Rodgers. When Aaron Rodgers, remember, in his first season, that was a bad year. I mean, it was nothing short of that. It was bad. And Aaron Rodgers, he had to take a couple years to really get to where Aaron Rodgers is now. And I like Donald Driver as well. Current is a tough one. I like Philip Lindsay quite a bit. Actually, you know what? My favorite current player is Chris Harris Jr. He actually is on the Chargers now, signed with them. On another team, though, I'd have to think about that one. I'm not really sure who I cheer for on another team, but I don't know. All right, let's get to the next question here. Where'd you go to high school and college? So I went to high school in Racine, Wisconsin. It's 30 minutes south of Milwaukee. And then college, I went to UW Oshkosh. It's a small D3 school. Actually, it's actually a bigger D3 school. When I look at just the student body size. I mean, they have like 13,000 students, I believe, and I think that's one of the biggest in the nation, to be honest, at D3. And it's kind of a little 2 hours or so north of Milwaukee in Wisconsin. All right, who's your least favorite athlete and worst sports moment you've watched in person and on TV? The butt fumble was definitely the worst moment. I don't know what Mark Sanchez was doing, and then he ended up playing for the Broncos in the future. I don't know what we were thinking there. We thought that would work. It did not. Least favorite athlete. That is interesting. I don't really have anybody I root against. Yeah, I honestly don't have anybody, to be honest. Yeah, that's a hard one. What is your favorite all-time sports movie? I'll tell you my favorite sports show. It's Friday Night Lights. Sports movie is too tough. I think there's too many good ones. Remember the Titans is obviously a good one. Coach Carter, that's a really good one. I guess I'll pick Coach Carter. Coach Carter is probably my favorite. It was different and against the grain a little bit when it came out. And I think that movie right there is just a perfect, I guess, depiction of, what it's like sometimes in the inner city, and sometimes when, even kids that don't really have a direction, it's good to have a good figure that's leading you, and especially in sports, that's what you need. I mean, the good teams, they have that strong kind of coach, that big-time coach. You've never seen like a team win a championship, especially in kind of NCAA football, for example, in the NCAA, that doesn't have like an elite coach. Usually it's the elite coaches, the ones that, can coach up the guys, the Nick Sabans, the Coach Orgerons, and, coaches like that really get you going. And that's the beauty I like of, football, for example, is because, it's a team sport, obviously. But in basketball, you kind of have the elite players and they can kind of lead you there. In football, you have to have that great coach. You have to, or else you're not going to win. All right. Will you have Kings merch out? Maybe. It could be coming. That's from William Peavy. E93 Sports. How did you come up with the channel name T&J? I kind of explained that earlier. JKW. What defensive formations and playbooks do you think work the best in NCAA 14? So, there are a lot of good spread playbooks. A lot of them. I think Toledo could be one of the best. If you haven't used that one, check out that one. That's a really good one. I honestly want to run a one-back system like Alabama's playbook. I haven't tried it yet, but I do random playbooks each season, so I haven't really got to that. Multiple 4-3 is probably the best playbook that you can choose on defense, for me at least. I really like it. I haven't even ran the 3-3-5 before. I don't think I've run the 4-2-5 either, so it's either been 3-4 or 4-3, 3-4 multiple or 4-3 multiple. I think those are the four I ran on defense. Let's see. Making sure none of these are duplicates here. James says, would you consider a hockey series? So I do not know anything about hockey, so I would probably be terrible. Let's keep going. Drew Lynn, favorite college football team? It's the Badgers. Favorite NFL team? It's the Broncos. Everybody keeps asking who's T. I kind of explained that earlier. I kind of get that like many times a year. It's kind of ridiculous. X-Tech. How do you choose what team builders to use? Who is your favorite true Division I school? Who is your favorite college and NFL coach? Okay, I like that one. So how I choose my team builder. So I like to choose different locations in the U.S. I've chosen the Midwest a couple of times. I've chosen... Have I chosen the West? Yeah, I did San Jose State. That was an interesting dynasty. And then I chose Marquette as well. Coastal Carolina, I chose the East. I want to do a Northeast dynasty and a Southeast dynasty. That's something I've never done. And I've never done Northeast, but Northeast always has really good recruits. So I want to try the Northeast. I want to do a Northeast. But now I do custom recruits in all my dynasties, so I don't know if the recruit thing would even work out because I create all of them anyway. But I want to do a Northeast and a Southeast. When I say Southeast, probably Florida. Actually, you know what? Florida is going to be the series that I do on this game, NCAA 07. So you will see our next dynasty. It will be in a team out of Florida. I almost just gave it away. I almost said it. But yeah, you'll see that. Who's your favorite true Division I team? School? It's Wisconsin and Miami. I'm a Miami fan as well. Who is your favorite college coach and NFL coach? So my favorite college coach, I like Coach O. He just won the national championship. I remember him being at USC, and USC did not want to give him that job. They gave it to Clay Helton instead, and look how that worked out for USC. They should have hired Coach O. He took over as an interim coach, and they didn't give it to him, and then he moves on to LSU and wins a national championship. Are you kidding me? I mean, if there's one school that had zero wiggle room to blow it, it was USC. They're one of those teams that have been struggling since Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart and all them left, and they have not gotten back. NFL coach. That's interesting. I don't really know. I like Harbaugh. I like John Harbaugh because every single year he seems to put out a good team, regardless of who's at quarterback and who's on defense. He's always good. What motivates you to to not give up for your YouTube channel? You guys. It's an easy one. It's you guys. You guys being fully invested in my series is definitely rewarding. Let's see. Any plans on coaching Little League? So I have a daughter. I plan on coaching when she's a little older. That's the plan, at least. That's from Kyle Poor. Let's see. Are there any more non-duplicate questions? So I got two more left. So perfect timing here. So student athlete asks, how old are you? I am 28. And then John Appleseed says, who is better, DVSU or the Whitetails? So DVSU are the Dingoes, not the expert, does that dynasty over on his channel. Go check him out if you haven't. I'm sure you already know who he is. We have floated around the idea of doing a YouTuber type of tournament, and I think that kind of fell through a little bit, but it could be in the future. I'm in contact with them. We're cool, so it could happen. We could play head to head. I do have plans to play other YouTubers head to head with the Team Builder Wars that you've already seen me play against Uncle Sam's Reject, and that was one for the ages. Let's just say that I kind of blew it. I should have won. Oh well. But just looking at this game, that's going to be the end of these questions. I can't wait to get into this game. This is a tough game to rebuild in. If you want to see how tough this game is to rebuild, go check out Uncle Sam's Rejects channel. He's doing it right now, and just watch the struggle. It's real. Like, this game, it's not just him. He gets blown out, and I've been trying to play this game just to get familiar with it and not to suck, to be honest, when we start, because we are going to suck. Like, no matter how much I play this, it's going to be tough. Doing a cupcake school, it's terrible. It's really, really tough. So I can't wait to get into this. And then Madden. I plan on doing a Madden 07 deep dive into their franchise. I won't do a deep dive into this dynasty because I just want it to be fresh when we do it. But I do plan to do kind of a deep dive into Madden 07 pretty soon, so watch out for that. I also want to do one for Madden 25. That one's on the 360 because that one directly correlates with NCAA 14. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. Thanks for the questions. Hope I answered all of them. I pretty much did, to be honest. And that's going to be it. So follow my series. If you're new, hit subscribe, hit that like button. We continue these series, New Orleans Kings and the Rivercats. Those are my two active series. So I appreciate you guys, all the help, all the love, all the support to get to 20K. But we're going to keep going. So stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I've been working hard for a minute. The ones who don't deserve it seem to be the ones that get it. The ones who speak the truth never get the recognition, but the ones that act foolish seem to get all the attention. It don't matter though, yeah, and it don't even matter though.